Welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. Chris Holman here, coming to you from Studio B. Well, we've muted it a little bit, so you can't really tell where I am. But as you know, we run all over the planet, basically, for business stories. And we're going to run up to Grand Rapids right now and spend a little time with an old friend, Jennifer DiVita. She's an influencer in positive aging, author, TV personality, and community organizer from that area. And also, I might say, we did a little tour together at the AARP for about 7 years. How you doing, Jennifer?
I'm good. How are you, Chris?
Very good. It's good to see you again. Always is.
You.
Jen, let's talk a little bit about you. You have a book signing down in our neighborhood here in Okemos, which is in the Lansing area. Tell us about the book.
I do. So it's tonight at Schuler Books in Okemos. And I wrote the book, Not Your Shoe Size, because I've worked in the field of gerontology for 15 years. And I've seen so many books that are related to the nonfiction process of aging. And I hate to use corny foot puns, but, all of these resource guides have footnotes. And I haven't seen really too many books that are fiction that are related to women in the aging process that are witty and will make you laugh till tears run down your legs. And so I thought, I'm going to write one. And so Not Your Shoe Size is the debut novel that I wrote. And it's a story of two women who are aging in life together and just trying to show the witty and real side of growing old.
It's so interesting and so necessary because it's something we're all going to confront, right? And if you don't do it with a modicum of humor, I think you're in a desperate spot.
Absolutely. Because you do have to laugh at life, right? Life can be very serious and it can be very difficult. And if you don't find those moments of laughter, then you're really going to have a much harder time in the suffering process.
I have to say, and you saw it firsthand as well with your term with AARP, is the fact that those people are so enthused that they're helping. I think they've forgotten their aging because they're all so happy.
Yeah, it's interesting because one of the things that I've learned is that there's scientific research about the U curve of happiness, and that when you reach middle life, that, it feels like you're in the valley and it's just the shadow of the hill that you're ascending. And so the U curve of happiness really tells the story about how life does get better when you get older.
There's a point in there between when your children take off and when you are figuring out what to do. And it is kind of a valley. There's a void there. And then you find these new purposes, I suppose, and that's a big part of it. Who is your book written for? I mean, the obvious is it's for aging people, but
yeah, it's for women, and in particular, the story of shoes is interwoven throughout the entire story. I tell people that I don't golf, I don't scrapbook, I don't quilt, I shoe. And so women who love shoes are really going to relate to this. And I wrote the book in dedication to a lifelong friend that I had. And it gets me a little choked up when I talk about it, because she and I were lifelong best friends, and we were aging together and growing up together. And she died unexpectedly at the age of 30. And so I dedicated the book to her because it's the two characters in their walk in life together. And the book published and launched on August 14th, which happened to have been her birthday, and she would have been 50 years old. So it's about friendship and it's about the aging process. Women who do book clubs, like to drink wine, get together with girlfriends, it's a great book for them because I have a companion journal and book guide that goes along with it, with questions and activities and fun ways to really just talk about this, because there are a lot of poignant questions that you can answer about life. Like, is this my purpose? And, how do I overcome some of the things that we deal with when we get older?
I think the perspective coming from women, too, is very interesting because I think the two sexes really handle aging quite differently.
Chris, I just know it from the woman's perspective. And I know that women, it's a lot harder in life for women to age than men. It's a double standard. And we all know that, right? When men get gray hair, they have silver streaks and they're distinguished. when women get gray hair, we're washed up, we're looking old. And so there's a little bit of a double standard. And I think the world is a lot harder on women as we get older than it is for men.
Well, I think that men are changing their perspective of that gray hair thing. And, being not much of a hair guy myself, I will say I find a lot of gray hair very attractive on a lot of women, but there is this Venus and Mars effect to the whole thing. So it's really nice to see you concentrate on that one part. What made you think to put it in a novel?
Because of the internal battle that women face, we want to embrace our age, but yes, society tells us to defy it. And so I wanted to capture that internal tug of war that we experience. And so the two women that are the main characters of the book have these very opposing viewpoints of aging. And so I thought, here's a way to just draw attention to the ageism in our world and to be able to just help women to just find their natural skin and be able to just embrace who they are.
Well, you vetted both perspectives, which is great. And your event tonight in Okemos is very quickly where?
Yes, it's at Schuler Books. It's at 6:30, and I make it very witty and very fun. I actually do a shoe and tell, not a show and tell, and try to make it just a lot of fun. And so women can come out and enjoy themselves and learn about some of the secrets behind not your shoe size.
Super stuff. Well, Jennifer DiVita, thanks for joining us. Influencer and positive aging author, TV personality, and community organizer in Grand Rapids. Best of luck with your book, and we will see you at your signing.
All right. Thank you, Chris.
All right. You've been watching the Michigan Business Beat on the Michigan Business Network. I'm Chris Holman.